ang atong buhaton karon, atong limpihan tong ato ang pernary garden para nga pagdaghan na sa ato ang mga bisita. So nga ato ang fern daghan siya. Budugang po tagtanom sa other area pa nga ato ang katamnan. So na-form ang Balinsa Saya Twin Lakes Farmers Association. Pinagi sa ato ang Office of the Provincial Government, former George Arnaiz. So karon nga ginahinay na og kuan nga nanang ato ang mga ecotourism activity, ato ang mga guiding, ato ang mga boating activity. So nakalikom na, naka-earn nagpundo ang ato ang Balinsa Twin Lakes Farmers Association nga makapadalagan nga kanang kami ragyod sa pinagi sa amuang mga opisyalis ug mga membro.
Nakasugod kog trabaho dire 2009. Sa pagsugod nako og trabaho daghan ming bisita itong mga panahon na pagkakaron nga naatay COVID. Mingaw na tagbisita dire. Kumparar sa una lahi na gud kaayo.
Kami dire sir pag wala nang turista marag wan mi kadumi sa COVID minus mig pring hambuyan pagkakaron. Walay income kayo. Tapos di po kita og lain trabaho. Napagtahan gud tanan. Sa una nga daghang bisita, medyo okay kayo nga buhi. Karon nga wala na. Luga-luga gud tayo ni. Ang gibuhat guro sa nga pagka aron nga COVID pa ta. Dagas og lubi. Ug kabaligya-baligya ra mig inagmay nga manok. Kunguhaan sa pingabuyan tapos na aramay mga tanom dito sa akong pares. Kamote, langhoy, saging. Kabag-abag ro sa pingabuyan. Ay isip mo kayo matay ka puntahan.
Before na COVID, sir, kuan kanang amo ang maluto dire nami makahurot og mga pulo ka kilong manok. Sa una mo ni among katong before COVID mo ni amo ang mabutangan og mga order pasunod number 1 hantod unsa nga kuan lugos namang gani namo masunod og kuan sir luto kay tungod sa kadaghan. Pagkakaron sir, kuan mingaw na kaayo. Nagani sa iska adlaw walay magpaluto na mo dire.
Alahay ra gud kay sa una kay karon sa una magsinubra man ang piningabuhi. Daghan namang mga turist taga laing lugar. Kumpara pagkakaron, ultimo taga atuan din ni. Wala na gani. Ga duty with dire. Anay panahon nga wagoy bisita. Wagi mi income madlag pulis amo Sa wala purong sakita, ako motor dire ra gud na impas. Siyempre kabulan ako motor, ikas pagkuha na impas dire. Ani ra among bangka-bangka. Kay dagko man tog income. Karon, dugos sa kita kapalit sa kilong bugas. Ay wa nagima, income na to ini.
Before COVID, maka-income na ay 20,000 sa iska adlaw ra na siya. Dayon karon gikan atong July 18 nag-open mi dire. Gamay gud mi kayog income matag adlaw na ragoy kuan na itag 200 kapin sa matag adlaw.
Karong panahon na layo og sa una. Sa una medyo kita sa adlaw inam hurot ka ano sa semana. Kumpara karon. Daghan po kayong ngubulahan mga kauban.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Almighty and loving Father, thank you for making this webinar possible. May we have meaningful discussions that will help us to build each other up and glorify your name. Help us to share things that will benefit all of us and draw people to the kingdom. Help us to deal with different challenges that we are facing as a team. May we approach each other with respect and kindness. Lord, create an environment of cooperation in this place. Help us to be one in the Spirit. In Jesus' name, we believe and pray. Amen.
Whether it's a location, food, an item, or an experience. All of these can reach an infinite number of people when shared in the digital space. Come, let's learn digital marketing.
Hello, Philippines! Good afternoon! Welcome to the webinar series on digital marketing strategies for MSMEs. I am Georgie Villamor, your host and moderator for this afternoon's session. Today, we discuss on social media marketing, using social media to connect with your customers. This webinar is organized and produced by DTI Region 7 to help our MSMEs take advantage of the various social media platforms in promoting their products and connecting with their customers. But before we tackle this afternoon's topic, let's have a recap of what transpired during our last session. May I call on one of our participants? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Christian Basa. Chris, the screen is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here now to give you a recap of the lesson presented last week titled Content Marketing, Using Content to Promote Your Brand. To start this, one of the most important components of any marketing content is the content itself. Perhaps without content, there would be no marketing at all. Content is the soul of marketing. Without it, it will cease to exist. No matter what the platform or medium your marketing campaign would utilize, it is important to provide content that your target market would value. Relating to any kind of marketing, may it be traditional or not, your product or service is the main content that must be delivered to your target market to generate a profit. So for the main topic of last week's discussion, it was discussed that content marketing is a marketing technique of creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to acquire a clearly defined audience with the objective of driving profitable customer action. This means it is to generate sales. In relation to traditional marketing, which is just to show all your products and services to different markets through showrooms or advertisements, content marketing focus on capturing the desired market target by educating the masses and proposing more discussions to build relationships with the desired target market. By focusing on the target market, you can further improve your standing with them and create a name for your content by being a point of interest where they will be more informed about your products. There are different types of content marketing that is now prominent due to people being indoors by the global pandemic. Here is a rundown of the different types of content marketing. First and most common of all is social media marketing, which utilize various social media accounts such as Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, and other more social media accounts. These social media accounts are home to various target markets that a businessman can utilize and improve their image. It is also one of the newest and largest consumer market hubs in the early 20th century. Another type of marketing is the infographic content marketing, which uses graphical means in creating information for the product or service to be viewed by the customers, which is more commonly seen as posts in Facebook, Instagram, and other social media accounts. Blog content marketing utilizes blogs, which are places where one can share insight through creative discussions of the desired topics, and more of creating threads on how the product can be utilized by everybody. Podcast content marketing is utilizing video or audio tracks to market the said content through a series of banter and discussions with different internet personalities. This is utilizing these personalities to get the target market to approve of your product. Video content marketing is also an animated or moving information of the content that you are generating and commonly utilize large streaming sites such as YouTube to market the content. And lastly is the paid ad content marketing that uses newspapers, physical banners, sponsored content, or boosting in social media sites to deliver the content to the target market by utilizing a third party to do the marketing for you. All of these ways are to utilize content marketing to deliver information of your business to your clients. And for the majority of all this marketing, it is to generate sales for your product. That's all for my recap. Thank you and good day.
Thank you so much, Chris, for that insightful recap. All right, is everyone ready for our e-learning session? Just a quick reminder that if you have questions or need clarifications from our speaker, we will answer you during the Q&A session later. Now, for our main speaker to talk about social media marketing, please help me welcome digital marketing expert, consultant, founder, and CEO of Bisaya Digital, Rome Nicolas Bunsokan. Take it away, Rome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fifth session of Digital Marketing Strategies for Local MSMEs. And today, we will be talking about social media marketing and how to use social media to connect with your customers. So we've already had the last four sessions, and today is already the fifth, so we have three more sessions left. And for this digital marketing strategies lesson, our focus for this week is how to use social media, how to create a social media content calendar, and social media strategy. What's the perfect strategy for your business? And we understand that social media has been very powerful, has been impactful to the lives of Filipinos, especially during this pandemic and even before. But we've noticed the rise of the influence of social media in this trying times wherein most of us are just staying at home, but we're also doing business, we're doing work. We actually continue to get customers, and a lot of businesses have been doing that. And today, our goal is to actually create change in the social media and help our business. But before that, let's have a recap. So we already had the last four sessions, where in the first session we talk about the introduction to digital marketing, wherein we discussed what are the metrics, how digital marketing can help us get more customers. And you can definitely get back to this lesson to have an idea of what this course is about. And for the next lesson, we talked about our customers. We get to know them and found some ways to reach out to them online, what platforms they're hanging out, and what type of information we need from them. And basically, we had a profile of the customer, wherein we actually called it customer avatar. So if you want to know how to create one, how to implement it, and how useful it can help you in creating your digital marketing strategy, you can go back to lesson 2. And in lesson 3, we talked about e-commerce and how to sell your products online. So we discussed about the different platforms of e-commerce like Shopee, Lazada, Facebook, other platforms, even creating your own store like Shopify, and how e-commerce has actually changed the way we do business here in the Philippines. So if you want to learn more about that, you can definitely check out lesson 3. And last week we had lesson 4, using content marketing to actually promote your product. So in this lesson, we discussed the different content marketing strategies. What are the different types of content we can create for you to actually boost your products and boost your online presence in social media, in online, in your website. So if you want to learn more about that, you can get back to these lessons. And our 2 hour discussion is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to learn more about these topics that we're talking about, I have provided additional resources. We have videos, articles that you can definitely watch out, read more if you want to know more about these topics, because these topics are very broad in general. So depending on your knowledge as a digital marketer or as an entrepreneur, you may want to learn more about these topics that we've discussed for you to actually get an understanding, get some actionable tips for you to start creating your own digital marketing strategy. So what you can do if you want to do that, then we have this free course that you can enroll online. It's bit.ly/DTI7 digital marketing strategy, digital marketing course. It's free. It's in Thinkific. So you can access all the resources, all the handouts, and all the slides that I made for you to just recap depending on what type of learner you are. Do you like to watch videos? Do you like to read? Or do you like to just listen to me talking talking like this? So you can definitely go back to these lessons. It's online, it's for free. You can enroll and just go back to all the lessons. And for today, our objective are 2 things. First is we need to understand how social media can help businesses connect with their customers and easily engaged in the entire buyer's journey. That's our first agenda for today. And the second objective is to identify various social media platforms that are popular in the Philippines and the best strategies for each platform. So we know and we understand that there are a lot of platforms, social media sites, apps, if you call it, that are working, that are already here in the Philippines. But which one can be good, or which one is the best for your business, is what we are talking about here. But before that, uh, we're going back to our lesson of Lechon. So this has been running since since we started this digital marketing course. I had this example of a lechon, which is actually a one of the best sellers if you're from Karkar, Cebu, which I'm actually from. So from my hometown, lechon is one of the most popular products. And naagin siya sa mga fiesta, sa mga celebration, and that. And for my example, I'll be using lechon in actually selling, in creating a digital marketing strategy. And for today, our goal is to create some social media ideas, some strategies that we can implement to actually sell this product. Last week, we talked about what type of content we can create for this lechon. So most likely photos, videos, storytelling wise, I want to explore the idea of Christmas, of celebrations, and those things. And for today, for social media, uh, generally, as we go along with the lesson, I'll be giving you tips on how I would personally promote this product based on the lessons we have today. So yeah, so stick out for that. But before that, let's define social media marketing. So what is social media marketing? Social media marketing, or popularly known as SMM for most digital marketers. They just call social media marketing as SMM, the acronym. It is a form of internet marketing that involves creating and sharing content on social media networks in order to achieve your marketing and branding goals. Social media marketing includes activities like posting text and image updates, videos, and other content that drives audience engagement as well as paid social media advertising. So yeah, so that's social media marketing. In layman's term or in simple terms, social media marketing is using social media to market your business. And so that's the social media marketing. And yeah, why are we doing social media marketing? So why are we using, how can we use SMM to meet our marketing goals? Social media marketing can help us with a number of goals. For example, increasing website traffic, building conversion, raising brand awareness, creating a brand identity and a positive brand association, and improving communication and interaction with key audiences. Those are some of the goals that we can do with social media. If you have a website, you can definitely increase the website traffic. And in return, and actually it's a funnel. It's a funnel from getting people to actually see our posts in social media, encouraging them. Then the next step would be to encourage them to click on that link so that they can land on our website. And when they're already in the website, then we have different goals for them. It's either for, if we have an e-commerce store, then for them to check out, to add their products on the cart. So that's another goal for them to actually purchase. But if we just have a landing page, then probably for them to inquire about us, to call us, to send us a message, depending on our goal. It's a funnel from basically getting into prospect buyers to actually getting a sale. And every step of the funnel, our goal is to just improve the numbers, help our customers reach the end goal, which is to make us a sale. And most of the time, depending on what product we're selling, it's not always nga diretso na lang siya nga they buy our product. Why? Because it depends also the cost of the product and what product we're selling. And for example, the lechon example that I had, then we can have a website for that. And then the website, they can just easily schedule or book or pay right away on the website. But again, in differs and different implementation. There are different possible scenarios for us to actually implement this. The second goal for social media marketing is to build conversions, or basically get people to buy the product. So more people to buy the products, the better the conversion rate um, for our website. And then the third goal is to raise brand awareness. It is always usually the basic social media goal we can do for our brand, to raise brand awareness. Uh, brand awareness is not just about getting more reach, but it's also getting this reach to our audience. And our audience is important factor here, because if we're just getting reach but not to our target audience, then we're wasting our resources. We're wasting money. That's why it's important to target our audience, to create content for them and show these content in front of them. So, mo na siya. The fourth one is to create a brand identity and a positive brand association. When we do this, over time, we're actually lessening our expenses for advertising and just focusing on our current customers. So that's why it's important to have related products. And in this regard, we can actually simplify and we can use our current target base and continuously increase our profit. Then fifth goal with social media marketing is to improve communication and interaction with key audiences. So with our customers, with our target market, so we wanted them to know more about product. We wanted them to understand what we're selling. So if you're selling, let's say, a calamay from Bohol, for example, we wanted them to have an idea of. We wanted to educate our customers first what is a calamay if they're not familiar with it. But if they're already familiar, then we can just tell them stories about how these calamay has actually is one of the best tasting products here in our place, and that we're actually one of the best companies and best suppliers for this product. So in that, actually people don't like to be sold things. That's one thing siguro nga I can share to you about social media. They don't want as much as possible like in your face ads, but with our marketing, with our creating our content, we wanted them to be hooked with a story. People like to hear stories. People like the idea of actually being involved in a story. They wanted to buy but they don't want to be sold to. So, kana siya. Basta dili sila nag in your face marketing for sale, for sale, for sale. Although you can definitely do that. I'm not stopping you from doing that. What I'm telling is you need to diversify your content with your social media. You make sure that you're not just selling things to them, but are also providing value, as we've discussed in the past webinars. People wanted to have value, but people are not hesitant to actually contribute the part of your growth. They wanted to share their experience with you. You just have to ask it from them in a way that they would understand. So those are the marketing goals, and we move forward with the next part of our program, which is actually the 5 core pillars of social media marketing. So what are the 5 core pillars of social media marketing? What are the core pillars really? The core pillars are the five. These are the 5 things that you need to remember when doing social media marketing. So we have here first strategy. So strategy is before you do anything online or in social media, we wanted to take a step back to look at the bigger picture. So think about your social media strategy. So what is your goal? What is your goal in creating this particular social media strategy? How can social media help achieve your business goals? Some businesses use social media for increasing their brand awareness. Others use it for driving website traffic and sales. Social media can also help you generate engagement around your brand, create a community, and serve a customer support channel for customers. So there are different social media platforms. I'll be talking more about this later. And what we have to remember that each social media platform has different objective that although they're quite also different, they're all similar in one way. They want to increase engagement from their customers, and you as an advertiser, um, you might have to tweak your social media strategy depending on which platform you're on. So there are different behaviors. Like although there are similar sites, people have different ideas of why they use this particular site, and you have to remember that. And Monisha, so you have to also ask yourself what type of content that will attract your target audience best. Is it videos, images, links, text? Do they like entertaining content or educational? So a good place is to create the customer avatar, which is in lesson 2. So you might want to go back to that if you haven't watched that customer avatar video that we created, and use that as a means to actually know more about what kind of strategy we need to create here for the social media. And here, so in this also, then we will be able to create long form step-by-step guides in creating a social media strategy and a social media marketing plan. So for the example of the lechon, for the strategy that I'll be doing is focusing on celebrations on Christmas. For this, I might be doing and getting a complete family as so it's not less of the food, but rather more of the emotions, the core values of the Filipinos, and that's something that you've already noticed this in a lot of commercials. Like people wanted to focus on the values and the people around it, rather and just the product is just an add-on for that celebration for that moment, because again, our products are just side side stories of what we're sharing. When we share stories, we wanted to dig deeper into the human connection, human aspect of everything. So mo na siya. So it worked. It has been always working, and yeah, that could probably work with your own marketing. But people like human stories. That's something that I can share to you. The second core pillar of social media marketing is planning and publishing. Social media marketing for small businesses usually start with having consistent presence on social media. There are a lot of Filipinos using social media. In fact, about I think a good portion of the population, about 60 to 70% of the entire Philippines have already access to social media. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Although what you need to know is that not everyone has the same knowledge on social media. Some people just attribute social media to just using Facebook. And that's not just social media, that's internet to them. So that's already something that you have to keep in mind depending on who you're targeting to. So by being present in social media platforms, you give your brand an opportunity to be discovered by your future customers. So yeah, the keyword here is future customers. What we wanted to do with social media is not just to engage with our current customers, but help it increase it, diversify it, discover new possible customers as we go along. Publishing to social media is as simple as sharing a blog post, an image, a video, a live video, in fact, on these platforms. But it's also not just about sharing it, it's also telling a story. So it's like posting something on your personal Facebook profile, posting, ano. But instead of using a Facebook profile, we use a Facebook page. We're doing all our marketing channels as much as possible with tied up with a Facebook page, because as we scale our business, as we need to get more customers, then we can only create ads with a Facebook page. We cannot create ads with a post posted on a Facebook profile. We can't do that. So unless you if you want to just go Facebook without spending anything, then you can definitely do it with your profile. Although I do not advise for that. I always advise going with a Facebook page, then share it with your own profile. But you can definitely also post if you'd like. You can experiment it on your own reach, on your own network. The limitations of having a Facebook profile is it's limited to 5,000 friends. Those people not seeing your posts, you might need to make sure that your posts are always public and being shared across social media, posted in groups, shared in marketplace. So there are other also places in Facebook aside from your profile wherein you can share your products, like groups, like a marketplace. You can experiment this, and next week we'll be talking more about this. I'll be giving you some tips on how to optimize your presence on each part of social media, Facebook and Instagram specifically. So we'll have a lot of topics under Facebook. We have live video, we have marketplace, groups, Facebook page. Yeah. So kato pa lang kay medyo daghan na siya. Then Instagram, there are areas where you can promote stories, the feed, the IGTV, which is actually a live video, more like a YouTube style nila. Yeah. Then how we can optimize your profiles by adding links, getting into these different strategies for you to actually sell your products in social media. But then again, siguro what I can share is you don't have to know all these things, but you can start with something that you are familiar with, something that can probably work with you. And if it doesn't work, then it's time to explore other strategies, to explore other areas that can help you with your a social media strategy. The next part of social media marketing is listening and engaging. So when we already have our audience, it's not enough that we're just posting, scheduling our posts. So if we don't engage with our customers, if we don't reply to their comments, if they comment, then we make sure that there's someone tasked to reply to some of these comments. We may not need to reply to all the comments in our posts, but it's a good practice to actually to comment, to reply to at least one or two comments for each posts, to make sure that our brand is actively listening to our customers. So as your following grow on social media, the conversations of your brand will also increase. People will comment on your post, tag you in social media photos, or message you directly. People might even talk to your brand on social media without letting you know. So you will want to monitor the social media conversations around your brand. If it's a positive comment, then it's a chance for you to surprise or to delight them. Otherwise, you can offer support and correct a situation before it gets worse. So if there's a negative comment or a feedback, then you might want to share your side of the story. And as long as it's always in communication and in good manners. And if people are angry, the best way is to talk to them privately. Because you cannot change an angry person by just replying to their comments. It will make them more angry. So that's the thing with social media as well. And you can also manually check all these notifications across all your social media platforms, but this isn't very efficient and you won't see your post that then tag your business social media profile. What you can do instead is have a social media marketing tool or listening to monitor all these. But if you're a small brand and you don't have much budget, then I suggest that just do it manually for now. And if we're not 100,000 big or millions of followers, then it's manageable. I can say that from my own experience of managing social media profiles. As long as you don't have a very active audience, then managing all the comments, listening, and replying to these responses made by our customers is not that very difficult. So that's the third part of social media. So when you post something, make sure that you're ready to respond to their comments and messages. The next part is analytics. Analytics is what makes social media marketing effective or digital marketing in general. So it's the data, and we're using this data to improve our marketing strategy, to improve the way we deliver this information in creating this strategy. So the social media platforms themselves provide a basic level of such information. To get more in-depth analytics, then you might want to check out tools. But next week, I'll be talking about certain tools with social media Facebook page that you can definitely check out. You can actually download all their data related to your posts, to your ads, to your messages, and get to know if there's anything that you can help, like how much you're growing each day, how much likes you're getting each day from your followers. Then you can definitely get this and create trends depending on how you like numbers. In general, make these numbers into recommendations, into actionable steps that you can take. So that's the fourth goal. It is important because it will help you grow. It will help you know which part of your strategy that you're doing is not working well as it is, and how you can improve it. The fifth part of creating a social media marketing strategy is advertising. So it's a core pillar because it enables you to scale your business, to grow exponentially, get more engagement. I've read some of your answers in previous assignments. For those who are taking the assignments, for the advertising, like you don't have budget for this, or you mentioned about getting a few number of likes but no sales, or getting into comments but no sales. And yeah, I understand that, and that's actually that's I empathize with you on that. But what I want you to know is most of the times it's a funnel. As I said earlier, it's always a funnel. When we start with getting engagement, getting the we start with getting reach, then engagement, then we move them to actually sell our products. So depending on what products we're selling, and also take into account where are these people coming from. So if people are, let's say, posting about your, or commenting or inquiring, are they in a nearby place? Are you selling something that can be delivered to them within the day? Or is it something that will spoil in 7 days? So delivering to them might be a hack, might be a struggle. So you might want to check into this, and using social media advertising can enable you to target your customers, your customer avatars, on their, based on their locations, on their profile, on their interests and behavior. So that's the always the goal. The goal with social media is to be able to hit with our specific target market, and we can do that with advertising. So those are the five pillars of social media strategy, social media marketing. So we have strategy, planning and publishing, listening and engagement, analytics and advertising. So those are the five. And next is we're choosing the best platform for a business. Which one is the best for the kind of marketing that we can do? So let's just get to the point. And I want you to know that in the Philippines, especially here, we always start with Facebook, and that's understandable because a lot of our customers are already there. In fact, Facebook has been weaponized, has been used by a lot of companies already with their efforts, and it's been working for most of them, not everyone, depending on their goal and depending on the level of investment that they made with the platform. So social media has a profile and a business and a business page. I want you to focus on optimizing and creating that business page, because that will help you scale your product over the long run. But I also want you to explore not just the Facebook page, but also groups, marketplace. These are free tools. Like if you're on a budget, check out groups nearby your locations, and check out marketplace, especially if you're selling something that can easily spoil, dili siya ma-deliver to a very far location. Adding them a list on a marketplace uh, might help you. It's free. So ano siya. So there's organic reach here in social media, but as you go along, as you want to invest and increase your budget with social media marketing, then Facebook page is your way to go, because this is where you will be creating your ads, getting people know your products, so getting your message across. So that's Facebook. Another one is Instagram. It's the same company as Facebook, as you might have known already, because Facebook is Instagram is now transparent that they're from Facebook. So what Instagram does is it's like Facebook, but it's more photo centric, video centric, but more photos actually, if you noticed. So people just like to scroll on their face their Instagram, but there are also stories has become a part of the marketing campaign already. A lot of people are posting stories, and there are ads in between stories, there are ads in between posts. So for those people, there are those people who have actually stopped using Facebook. Like I want to stop using Facebook, but at the same time they moved into Instagram. It's the same company, so you can still target people at Instagram using Facebook ads. So Facebook ads can target people in both Facebook and Instagram, or just Instagram if you like, Facebook if you'd like, depending on your strategy, or both, or just allow the algorithm to just choose which one is best to get your specific result that you wanted from your campaign. So that's Instagram. Another social media platform that I'd like to introduce to you is Pinterest. These are siguro I just wanted to introduce you to different platforms, but you may not need to be in every platform. So I just want you to share the advantages and disadvantages and what I think is you should know about these platforms. For Pinterest is one of the fastest growing social media marketing trends. So it's like Google Photos, like no, Google Images. So kana mag-search ka sa Google and you wanted to do images because you're searching for something visual. But Pinterest is more social than Google, so they have better strategy, better algorithm to all of this to show you the best results for you. So if you're a business, you can showcase your product offerings. And the goal here with Pinterest is you might need to have very nice photos, some nice visuals, some nice creatives. And there's a tool that you can do that. It's called Canva, Canva. It's a free tool. It's a design tool. Then you can experiment with several designs and several sizes for these images that you're creating. And you can definitely create Pinterest pins in this platform. And you can experiment on this. And yeah, siguro, what I wanted to share is if you're a brand, if you're a lifestyle brand that gives ideas to people what to cook or ansa, then Pinterest might be a good idea for you. So if you're this lifestyle handicrafts or inana, so if you wanted to do that market, you might want to test out Pinterest. Although, what I can tell you now is that you might not be able, you might not be able to see results right away. It takes time because it will populate, it will get into people's feeds and check out if people will save it on their save your pin on their boards. So the more people saving these boards, the better it is for your marketing. So that's Pinterest. Another platform that is already familiar with the youth is Twitter. Twitter has been around for quite some time, and it's actually sharing tweets. There are short posts, um, but Twitter has already evolved that you can already give them a lot of information. There's also Twitter ads if you'd like to explore, but depending on what brand you are, then I do not necessarily recommend Twitter for MSMEs because of its cost and everything else in the platform. Because most of the people advertising at Twitter are big brands, like Unilever, like PNG, like these are big brands and they have a lot of budget. So you might want to not just do Twitter for now, especially for starting, but you might want to invest on it later. But what you can do with your organic Twitter marketing is create some discounts, some posts, create an audience. Um, we've seen a lot of viral tweets lately, and actually, there's always a new viral tweet every day. And Twitter has changed its algorithm to be focused on getting these viral images, viral tweets across to more people. So you might be seeing a lot of trends in Twitter, and that's the idea of Twitter is getting people to trend topics. So if you want to join these conversation, you might want to explore this. But the thing here is people the type of people that uses Facebook are not the same type of people that uses Twitter. So there's a difference there, and you might be aware that Facebook are more into just relaxing. So it's both platforms have been also stressful a little bit for people, for marketers, because the way people are consuming and posting their contents have somehow negative impact to the mental health. So that's something that you might want to also focus on. So another platform for you is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional social media marketing site. There is a LinkedIn groups, although in my own experience, there's not much in the Facebook, in the LinkedIn groups, but LinkedIn and profile hashtags, they've been utilizing hashtags. So you might want to explore that. So there's a LinkedIn page that you can do for your brand. Although, unless you're a business to business companies and the other businesses that you're dealing with are in the platform. So this is big in US, in the Western countries. But in the Philippines, most people using Twitter here are people just looking for work. So that's the default. But actually, you can use Twitter as a platform to get more business, depending on what type of business that you're offering. But for MSMEs here in the Philippines, the best way is not Twitter. So yeah, so kana lang siguro. For YouTube, this is another platform. If the words number one search engine is Google, the number two search engine is actually YouTube. And trivia, YouTube is owned by Google. So same with Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is owned by Facebook. This one, YouTube, is owned by Google. So that's why these companies are so big, because they have different platforms. They have different sites that we're actually using on a regular basis. So for social media, for YouTube in specific, you can create videos that can go viral, or how-to videos explaining your product, getting people to know what you're doing. So you might want to explore on that. Many businesses have created video content, and what you can do is just you might want to do some regular videos here, or for the videos that you post in Facebook, you might want to post that in YouTube. Why? YouTube has a better search algorithm. So getting into videos that are old videos to come across, it's better compared to Facebook. Like searching for an old video might be a hassle, because the Facebook algorithm is not well optimized for old videos, but rather that their videos are trending now. So that's just something that YouTube does better. Sorting videos that will be relevant to its customers. Another platform is Reddit. This is something that you can just explore later on. But on a personal basis, I use Reddit subreddits to actually be informed with updates. So news, there's an subreddit our Philippines or our Cebu. So those subreddits has been very helpful to give me up to dates with what's going on with the place where I'm from. And there are other platforms depending on what tools you might want to explore. If but think of Reddit as a place. It's like Pinterest, but more on words and posts rather than getting into pins, like long vertical photos. Here is you might want to explore with getting the information across. So people here are more hungry for information. So if you're into that market, then Reddit could be for you. But yeah, the recommendation is just stay with Facebook for now and Instagram, then grow to other channels as you need. So what are the do's and don'ts in social media? So while incorporating SMM into your business marketing strategy, it is important to know how to use these platforms best for you. First is you start with a plan. Then your social media strategy needs to work together with your other online marketing processes like search engine or content marketing. But yeah, you start with a plan. Number two is do not be tempted to go overboard by setting up profiles on many social media platforms. So I discussed about you earlier. I discussed to you the different social media platforms, but I don't want you to be in all the social media platforms that I said. You just choose the best social media platforms for your brand and start there. So you don't have all the resources to be in everyone, to be in everywhere. And in fact, not all brands are in every platform. So that's something siguro nga that will appease you. Third is do stay committed to your campaign. Social media is all about posting regular updates and engaging with your customers and audience on a regular daily basis. So it can be, yeah, you might need to stay involved in the longer term, and it should become a part of your business daily routine. Number four is do not use social media as a platform for hard selling. We've discussed this over and over again. People don't like to be sold. People don't like to just see photos for sale, for sale, for sale in all your posts. They wanted value. They don't want sales pitches over and over again. Sige ka na. The next is do find the right compromise between professionalism and casualness depending on the particular social media network you're using. But regardless of the tone that you use, be sure that you always use impeccable spelling and grammar and have something to back up your statement. And it doesn't have always to be in English. So depending on your customers and your target market, your posts need to be both casual and professional at the same time, but it doesn't have to be always English. Next is do not expect an immediate return of your efforts in case of paid advertising, your investments. As in the case with almost any form of digital marketing, it will take time for your effort to come into fruition, especially if you're not spending anything. Like you're not doing advertising, it might take longer time for you to actually recoup your efforts. Although, if you're lucky enough, then you can get some trends within days or weeks of your campaign. But staying it, growing it might be the challenge there for you. The next is do listen to your audience. So it is important to just not just speak, post, but also to listen to them and diversify based on their comments. Then we might want to pivot our messaging, our campaign on the next month. So it is important to actually check out what our customers want, which of the posts that we created did not resonate to them, then how can we tweak that to make it more valuable to them? Or is there anything else that we might want to explore, the type of content that we want to create? So kana siya. Next is do provide a regular, interesting, and engaging stream of content that provides something of value to your audience. Your social media marketing efforts would start with your blog or website and the content that you published on internet. Social media marketing provides you with something to show off and share your knowledge. So, yeah, kana. It's self-explanatory. So next is do track your results. We've talked about this. The good thing about internet and social media marketing is that you can easily get the numbers, and what you need to do is to track these numbers. And based on the results that we're getting, then we can definitely find ways how to improve our social media strategy. So do track your numbers. Yeah. So those are the do's and don'ts on social media marketing. And the next part is creating the content itself. Social media content calendar. So this is just a representation of a content, like what type of content that we need. Yeah, this is your schedule usually. So this is a diary. But think of it, a social media content marketing a plan is like a diary, as like a planner that we will be creating when we create content for an entire month, entire week, depending on what type of information we want to make. So, but why are we doing that? What are the benefits of a social media content calendar? So one is we can definitely save time by being organized. Then we can post consistently because we already have the content. Then we just have to schedule them. Then when we're creating these content at once and we have time to review this, then we make fewer typos, reduce the risk of big mistakes because everything is already planned. We can get into more ambitious with our social media strategies because we have more time to create the content and we can just schedule them ahead. And another is we don't miss out on the relevant moments. Usually, kani mga moments kay these are significant celebrations, holidays that you might want to check out. Since we've planned our content ahead, then we can create specific content for that specific moment. Next is we make higher quality content because we have more time. And lastly is we track what works and we improve it. Going back to our track your results, then our social media calendar can help us track our results. And at the end of the month, then we get into these numbers, identify, turn these numbers into recommendations on how we can improve our social media strategy marketing for the next month. So kana siya. Those are the reasons why we're doing a social media content calendar. So how can we create a social media content calendar? So there are 8 steps. So I'm telling you now, there are 8 steps in how we can create a social media content calendar. The first one is to audit your existing social media networks and content. So before we start anything, you might want to check out your current efforts, benchmark it, develop. When we develop a clear picture of our current social media efforts, it will identify areas of improvement and opportunities for new efforts. An audit is key in fine-tuning your strategy and maximizing your ROI, return of investment. Start with your social media audit template. This is a place to precise up-to-date data on what accounts that you have, what content have you made, your audiences, what type of successful posts that you have, the gaps, underwhelming results. So we need to document all of these because then when we create our new social media strategy and improve, then we can find out if we've actually improved or are we just having the same results, and how is there a way for us to get better numbers later on. So basically audit your social media networks and content. Next is choose your social media networks for you. So is it Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok? So so those are some of the popular social media channels that you may want to explore. But I definitely suggest start with either Facebook or Instagram or both, and just start your efforts there and grow it, scale it to more places later if you find success or if you don't find success, depending on your results. The next step is to decide what data or info to track or decide what social media info that you need to add in your content calendar. So when we create a content calendar, we need to know it's usually an Excel spreadsheet. Then I'll be sharing with you a template on how to do that. And in this template, then we can have the platforms, the date, the time, the copy, what visuals are we going to use, and link to the assets. And basically, link to the assets are linked to the photos or videos, are links to other posts that we found in creating a content calendar. So that's the third. The next one is to create a content library for your assets. Some people like to call these content repositories or media resource database or digital assets banks. So regardless of what you call it, your supply your visual content on your phone, on your um, Facebook, on your laptops. So yeah. So what we can do is we can create templates, we can create designs. For stock photos, what I meant here is if we're a brand, if we have photos of our products and different angles, lifestyle photos of them, because we can just reuse these photos, these angles. That's why it's important to take this photos. So if you don't have that much photos about your brand, then I definitely suggest to invest on getting better photos of you. You can use your phone. you can use your iPhone, you can use your Samsung or whatever phones that you're using. Then get into better backgrounds. Experiment on how you can improve your background and how you can improve your designs with social media. Then we use this for our campaigns later on. We can just reuse the photos that we've created over and over again, just design it, add some text to it. Then that's where Canva plays a role with the design. And if you already, most of us already have a logo, so make sure that you have a transparent version of that logo para it's easier for us to add it to the photos that we created, to the videos that we'll be doing. And for identity, it's a good idea to select already several fonts that you'd like, or ask someone to choose some better fonts that you can just use over and over again, so that you have this unified look with your look on social media. So dili ka always new look every time unless you wanted that. um, pero the good thing man good with a unified logo fonts design already is people will easily recognize our brand over time, even without the logo in it. If we have the same fonts, oh, kani siya nga font, this is already attributed to a certain brand. And we wanted that feeling over time. It may not be instant, definitely not instant, but that's something that we can do. Another is the next step is to establish a workflow, or your own process that works for you. So depending on what type of post ano na lang, if you have your own team, then you can assign to them to correct them and to create better content for them. But if you're doing everything on your own, what you can do is just create your content now, ano na siya, and then you already have all the content. Then the next day or 2 days after, then you can check this content, review them, read them aloud, or read them again in such a way that you will be able to notice if there's something wrong with it, if there's something that you can improve. Because most of the times, the typo happen, a typo, especially the workflow will help us less typo, better content, better overall campaign, because we've let that content rest for a while, then we've reviewed it again and checked out if there's anything that we can help improve with what we created nga document. So kana. Next is we start, now that we have a workflow, then we can already start crafting the posts. So at this point, we're already doing all the content creations, content, taking the photos, taking the videos, thinking of topics. Siguro ka ng topics. I'd like to focus on something. So if I'd like to focus on something is what topics can you do? Like in a week, ideally, you'll be posting 3 to 5 times a week. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, depending, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, depending on your brand. And when we create all of these posts, you might have an idea nga, kung saan naman akong post the next day, mahot na nakag-idea. And that's normal. What we can do is, when we do all of these social media strategy, we try to assign each day with kind of topic that we'll be doing. Like for every Wednesday, then we'll be giving people tips on how to product. In case of my lechon, what I can do is I can just inform them the benefits, or or testimonials, or if you already have testimonials, then you can allot 1 day for that. But if you don't have, what you can do is just educate them about your product. So in my case, lechon, so I can talk to them about why lechon is a good idea for this particular day. So those are products. So create one topic for each day, and just one of those days siguro kay it's just the sales post, like involving these products. And yeah, you can definitely add call to action with all your posts, but not all the time. So siguro what I want you to share with social media marketing is you don't have to have always a call to action with all your posts. Sometimes you just want to inform them in engaged with their customers, and the social, and if people like it, then people will comment it, and only then you can then lead them to the funnel. But some people don't like to be sold. That's something siguro that you need to be aware of. The next step is to review and improve your work. Uh, if you already have something, then you might want to take a second look of what you've created, and check out if there's anything else that can help you create better content, improve it, ask someone about it, ask feedback. So in the exercises, what I will be doing is to check your work, check what types of content that you've created, and then I'll provide some feedback on what ideas that you can explore. So, siguro ka na. Next is number 8 is to start scheduling or posting. So at this point, it is already time, then your social media is up and ready to run. As you start publishing all these posts, most of the time is scheduling. So there are actually free tools that allow you to schedule these posts. Even Facebook has their own scheduling method. Then you can schedule all these posts. You don't have to be online at the specific time that you want to post. You can schedule them ahead. There are tools that can help us do that. One of it is actually Hootsuite, which I'm using. And another tool is the Facebook scheduler in itself. It's an internal tool with Facebook that you can just check with the Facebook page. Then you can schedule all these posts at a specific time of the day. So it is important to know what time of the day that you'll be posting this content, what day of the week. So those are the things that you have to be mindful of. So I guess that's a wrap. So those are the 8 steps in creating a content calendar. So I'll be providing a link to the content calendar, and siguro, what I can tell you now is that you have to check out this content calendar and think of topics what you can post for certain days of the week, and just update it all throughout and create weekly types of content. So social media has been with us for quite some time, and it's here to stay. We as brands need to elevate the way we create content. And if there's something that I want you to experiment, I found this live selling on Facebook very it's local, and it's been actually helpful for several local brands that I know. It worked for them. Like what they do is they sell out products, but instead of selling them, posting them on their feeds, they schedule a weekly call with their customers, and then usually it works with lifestyle brands. So if you're that, you might want to explore live selling, and you're basically selling to your customers at a certain moment of the week, and you sell out information to them. You sell out uh, your products at the ones like I'm selling this, and I found this in and I've also seen some local MSMEs that have explored this idea and it worked for them. And if you've tried it, let me know your experience later in the Q&A. Then share your experience. Then let us know if there's anything that can others learn from it. But what I want you to know is just explore it. Maybe it's something that can help you boost your sales. So just a recap of what you did today. So we had understood the social media can help businesses connect with their customers, and what are the platforms that are best for our customers depending on their profiles. But ideally in the Philippines, most of the times they're just on Facebook and Instagram, and we can explore the other platforms later on. And if you want to have a recap or did not get into the lessons that we did today, then we have additional handouts, resources, and a copy of this webinar and all the previous webinars and the next 3 webinars. In this course, this is a free online course that you can enroll. It's DTI 7 Digital Marketing Course. So that's the link. It's a free online course that you can enroll. And here you can just recap and explore, learn more, and hopefully apply these in your own digital marketing strategy. And now it's time for your questions. So should you have any, let us know, let me know, and we'll answer them. And if there's something else, tips that you want me to explore, to focus on, let me know, and I'll be ready for your questions. See you in a bit.
Thank you, Rome, for that informative discussion. Again, to our viewers, if you have questions or need clarifications from our speaker, please feel free to type on our chat box. A reminder for those who missed the first 4 sessions of our 8 session course on digital marketing for MSMEs, you can rewatch it on DTI 7's Facebook page by searching for the videos with their titles Introduction to Digital Marketing, Knowing and Reaching Out to Your Customers Online, E-commerce, How to Sell Your Products Online, Content Marketing, Using Content to Promote Your Brand. Okay, now let's proceed to our Q&A with Rome. Let's begin to my first question. Since this is the season, hello Rome, are you ready?
Yes. Yes, miss.
Okay.
Ready?
For my for my first question, since this is the season of sales promotions and with the COVID-19 virus still active, how
Mhm.
does marketing using social media compare to using traditional forms of marketing, a product or service? What advantages do you see in terms of increase in sales, better brand recognition, and customer engagement?
Okay. Okay, so
Pang
that's
Miss
a
Universe
very
gitong question.
yes,
Pang Miss
miss.
Universe gitong question.
Okay, so
Sige, sige.
tawagan ta
Go
na
ahead.
siya. Sige, it will take some time, so I'll try to explain. Good. So understandable sad nga in the time that we have right now nga we wanted to promote social media in the Philippine nga context, especially here in Visayas and Mindanao, as a way to promote our sales and to increase our sales, especially during this period nga, time nga, we all have the 11/11, 12/12, and all the sales that are happening. And actually, if you notice, there are a lot of online sales already happening here in the Philippines at this time. I'm not sure if these sales are being utilized by MSMEs, and di kay ko familiar ana, and hopefully more and more MSMEs will use social media to promote their sales and to promote their mga efforts in getting people come to their store. Ang usually ang ginabuhat ron, as far as I know, with mga MSMEs nga in this time of pandemic, they don't want to let go of their traditional efforts nga sending telling people to come to their store and buy their products. And that's okay. Although what we want to highlight now is how we can promote these in-store sales na to online in such a way nga murag we're also making sure nga we're giving options to our customers nga if they don't want to leave their house, if they want just these products to be delivered to their home and they can just purchase and order online, there's a means and there's a way for us to do that. And one of the ways is actually promoting it in social media. If we live in a place wherein there is the infrastructure with delivery is better shaped, for example, here in Cebu, you can just have your products delivered to your home. We have the infrastructure already, then we can utilize that. In fact, COD, cash on delivery, as we've discussed in the e-commerce nga discussion before, has been murag widely used gihapon because na mga trust issues as we've discussed. And that's okay. COD, on the other hand, is actually very beneficial kay compared to magpay sila online. You can just have them people pay in their own homes and you can still deliver products to them. And part na sad siya sa there are delivery apps and systems created nga pwede ra nga i-include nimo ang COD nga mo pay sila sa driver then deliver send it to you. Or if you want to also explore, you can there are Shopee, for example, or Lazada, set up your store there and you can have your own sales, include the sales promotions there kay mas maayo manggod nga if we do everything digital, there's much better data. So that's the advantage of going into digital compared to traditional. Okay, kung traditional ta, sometimes maglisod ta count like how many people have we reached, good, and out of these kay pila ang ato sa store, and out of those kanito sa store, pila ang nipalit. Murag, lisod siya i-track because everything is manual. Unlike when we do it digital, we can just automatically do things. Like we can track those people nga nakakita sa tong products, and then from there, we can track those pila kabuk ang ni-order, ni-try og checkout, and then pila gid ang ni-order. And even we can also check out pila ang ni-cancel silang order. So, the advantage of digital is mainly data. We'll have a better view of how our business is doing and how we can improve with data. So it's data-driven system. In such a way, it will be easier for us to innovate and to improve based on what we see. So dili na sa tagna-tagna for us mao siguro ni ang sayop na to. Then with the numbers that we have, we can create better recommendations. So that's the advantage with going online, with having an e-commerce, with promoting our products in digitals and social media. So kato siya, miss.
Okay. Since there are many Filipinos who love to cook at home and sell food online, what do you think is the best social media platform to promote and sell food?
Yes.
Nagkakinangutanan ako, ana.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so ako sad, bisag ako I cannot cook at home. So dili mi makaluto from the apartment where I'm living. So we buy our everything either online or outside yun. And during the pandemic and even now, we've been getting some of our food from Food Panda, from Grab Food, or even like check out Facebook, like there are Facebook groups in our area and also Facebook Marketplace nga mag-check out me unsay mga food available nearby. So if you have as I've discussed and shared a tip before nga, if there's a local group, Facebook group akong pasabot in your area that sells mga food, then you might want to post your food there because for people in that locality, they are more likely to get inspirations, to get ideas what to buy next from these stores. So check out these available nga mga stores nga, mga online apps in general, or Facebook, because I think in Philippine setup, so aware ta nga daghan kaayong mga social media platforms that we can utilize and use, but for a start, it's a good idea to focus on one or two, Facebook and Instagram. Or maglisod mo you can start with Facebook. Why I promote that is because a lot of people, even who have no knowledge with social media, with internet, for them, their main social media platform is Facebook. And in fact, for some, mo na ng internet for them. So that alone, that's a proof already nga the widest reach gihapon here in the Philippines is Facebook. So that platform is very helpful for us, especially if we can utilize it to sell our products, specifically food. So that's definitely the number one suggestion to anyone who would want to try selling their food online.
Okay. Speaking of Facebook and Instagram, there are people who want to know the average age of these social media users, particularly Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Okay. Sige.
Kay these are common.
Correct, yes. So I think, Miss,
not ko idea, but then I want you to talk about it. Tingali sakto akong nasa hunahuna nako ba.
Yeah. So ano na lang, let's think of generations. So generations katong mga mama. So let's say for anyone above 40, so most likely some of them are already on Facebook but they're not utilizing the platform. They don't know much about it. Perhaps ang ilang nabawaan lang is post photos on their timeline where inana. They don't know much about Facebook or inana, but I think in general, the number one platforms good here in the Philippines is Facebook. So although there are other platforms like Instagram and Twitter, that's also, and even TikTok, it's popular here in the Philippines. And in general, the most number of kanang mga users na to with social media are those aging 40 below. So mo na siya ang pinakadaghan. And in fact, katong anong mga younger generation, let's say mga 20 years old and below, some of them have tried to ditch Facebook. So marag ni lesson sila on Facebook, but instead they're more active on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram. So that if the younger imong audience, then they're more likely in more video friendly, photo friendly nga platform. So ano siya?
Okay. Okay.
So
So more or less the same ang nasa huna-huna nako. But then, with regards sa Facebook, most of our retirees sa DTI are into Facebook. That's why I'm
yeah.
asking you.
Lagi na for people 40 above, some of them, even ako mama, like she's 50,
Yeah.
51, 50. So, ang naroon niya kay Facebook, like,
No.
di ka na siya ganahan mo explore with online, Mark. Bago na siya nakatan with all the technology. And so, if Facebook lang, almost everyone is on Facebook. But the younger kids, they're trying to lessen on their Facebook because their
Okay.
parents are in Facebook,
Oh,
their
yes, yes,
relatives are in
right.
Facebook. So
They
they
don't want
want
to be
to,
friends with their parents.
yes. So they want to explore other platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
TikTok.
So if you think TikTok or di kay siya daghan dira ang mga 40 years old and above. That's so baduy for them. But for the younger generation, that's cool for them. So so
Yeah.
magkabata, they have their own niche nga platforms. But if we think Facebook, mas older generation,
Yeah, yes,
naa on
yes, I
Facebook.
agree.
Correct.
Yes, I agree. Okay. Nai question diri, how long does it take for them to work on their social media sites before they get a return on their efforts?
Yeah.
Or how often should they post?
Okay. So, yeah, I discussed that earlier. Like, it will take some time depending on how much you are investing or how much effort you've actually made in your social media. So, also, another factor is what type of product you are selling. Like, always, siya, like, it's a variable, manggod. Like, let's say if you're selling food, as we've discussed earlier, most likely within a week you can get orders. Especially if you what we also want to say is don't just limit nga if mag-post mo sa yung page, that's it. If you have network, like you can have friends or relatives nga who can help you share your posts in social media, you can start there. Okay, especially if we're selling stuff within our community lang, so we can tap people that we know, let them share our posts because these are very powerful nga mga tools nga underutilized, especially if we want to go with MSMEs nga dili kita mo focus into spending a lot of budget, especially for starting. We just wanted to make sure that we're testing the waters. So basically we're testing that. So most likely if food ka within a week, you can definitely see some sales, especially if it's not that expensive. Pero as we've discussed also in our previous lessons, the more expensive your product becomes, then it's a good idea to have a funnel. Meaning you have a step-by-step ladder on for your marketing strategy. Nga murag dili lang kadit so maninda nila og house and lot, for example. It takes time to actually warm up your audience. And what you can do is just educate them slowly, and ikaw ang may mong top of the mind nila. And also just let your friends know what you're selling. Let your friends know what you are doing para if they have networks nga who would need your services, ikaw ilang top of the mind and ikaw ilang ma-think nga if they're like, I'm selling something, uy, I need that, I know someone who's selling that, so ikaw ilang top of the mind. So don't be afraid to actually let your friends know, let your networks know on Facebook or Instagram nga what you're doing, as long as it's legal. So if everything is legal, then you should be proud of what you're doing. And in a way, for sure, that could definitely lead to more awareness about your brand, more people getting to know, and probably that could lead to increase and hopefully sales. So it's a variable.
what do you think is the best time and day to post on social media? Does
Mhm.
that depend on the platform
Yes, that depends on the platform, depends mainly on
and the
your
product?
audience. And not necessarily on the product, miss. More on the audience and platform nga imong gikuan. In Facebook, for example, or
Uh-uh.
Instagram, you can actually see how many people are online at specific times of the day.
Mm.
So, but usually what we've seen on our data is
Yeah.
usually more people are online mga 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So, inana, sa gabi sila. Like, where that's the most
Mostly
time. Oo.
that's after office hours.
Correct. Yeah.
Probably
So,
they have more time.
maka-relax na sila, inana. So, there are actually a good number of people are doing that. But the best way to do that is check out on your Facebook or Instagram, like to see what day and what time of the day most of your audience are online. So it varies, man good. So, but then again, what is safe to say though is as much as possible do not post stuff on
Mm.
if you're not doing an everyday posts, do not
Mm.
post either on a Monday morning or
Why?
um
Because
usually mga tao there kay busy padung sa work and everything, like di kay sila in the mood for to going online. So there's less numbers on that. And usually the better if na sila sa padung sa afternoon and evening, that's the best time to post something
Friday,
online.
Friday,
Um
Friday
Pwede
evening.
Friday, pwede weekend. Yes, correct. Yeah, that works as well, miss. Pero in
Mm.
general, yun, like you can post any time of the day depending on your audience. Anyway, you can just share that. Or what you can also do is you can use Facebook ads to promote these content and you can show up to people, to
Mm.
your targeted nga people, get nga audience on the specific time of the day that you'd like.
Okay. There are a lot of our retailers who are going into vlogging, video
Mm,
blogging,
yes,
because they think that it's more video is more powerful than
correct.
text. Is
Yes,
that true?
yes, correct. Yes,
And
that
should
is
you
true.
encourage
Yes.
our retailers to also do videos of their products?
Yes, miss. Actually, miss, I shared that in my last part of my video earlier, like
Mm-mm.
live selling. The trend now
Mm-mm.
is that there is such thing as a trend nga live selling. What sellers do is they gather around the audience. They announce like, let's say, I'm doing a live selling session on Saturday, 6 p.m. So most
Mm-mm.
people on that time, if they're really interested to buy your products, then naa sila na nga time. So and they're ready to buy your products. And
Mm-mm.
actually live selling has become a trend, and a lot of online sellers have seen success with live selling. People are willing to buy products, especially if you have fans, and
Mm.
also what you can do if na kay mga live selling, then you can give them like discounts or special prices nga available lang during that point. And if
Mm.
inanaman go, then you can sell more products, or let's say you have 10 items of this or murag 5 items. It's easier to sell during that session kay ang from a buyer perspective, you're with other people who are also interested to buy, and you would want nga ikaw ang makauna og palit. So
Mm.
nice siya nga experience. But aside from live selling, when it comes to video vlogging, it's definitely a good idea to go into video now. Although what others think about video is it's expensive, mo take siya time to record and edit.
Yeah.
Um, what you can do is you can simplify the process. You can just have shorter videos, or check what
1 minute
available
video.
resources that you have. Yes, 1 minute video,
Cell
2 minute
Cell
video.
phone.
Yeah, you can
You
use your
use the
phone.
cell phone. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
your cell phone
I
is really a powerful device. Nga, not just pero ako lang tip, when you use your phone, try to clean your lens. Limpyuhi ang lens sa inyong camera. Kaya usually, kanang blurry or hugaw siya if dili ninyo siya i-clean. So before you record, clean your lens of your phone, and then you can hit recording like instantly then and there, mahuman na siya, and then your phones has a built-in video editor, then you can use that and then just add your logo or your stuff at the end of the video.
Mm-mm.
And in fact, Facebook now allows you to edit your video, so it's less.
Really?
Nah, yeah, there's a tool
Online?
in Facebook Miss. And
Okay.
in fact, if you'd like photos lang imo i-take and you can just automate it into a video, Facebook can turn mga 4, 6
Mm.
photos, make it into short video. Facebook
Mm-mm.
allows that as well. And that also
Mm.
works. You can experiment with video content yun and
Mm.
just use the available resources that you have and take it from there.
Okay. Okay. Here's my last question.
Okay.
What po my questions sa mga participants? So here's my
Yeah.
last question. What do you think is the most effective social media strategy that most
Mhm.
entrepreneurs have taken for granted?
Okay. Okay. So that's something a lot of entrepreneurs are not taking advantage or
Yes.
not using wise. Siguro akong ma-think ana karon is um, getting into uh, aside from akong na-think manggod kay either organic or paid, let's say. So sa paid kay getting into a good Facebook ad strategy usually kay ma-take for granted mataken for granted siya because usually if mo fail na sila sa start like ay naghimo kog Facebook ads sa una pero wala man siya ni work and they don't want to do it ever again and just because you failed once it doesn't mean that you will not succeed anymore in the future. So there may be factors and why you failed during that part, but if you already know what are these factors, then you can iterate, improve the next time,
Mm.
and probably ask someone to help you get into it. Sometimes, my God, when we try to do, especially technology, it's difficult for us to start. And when it is difficult, then we might just do something what works and what can work. And if it doesn't work, then let's just stop doing it. Although that is okay, then you should stop. But never take the chance nga just because it did not work for you once, then it can never work for you ever in the future. So that also applies to any strategy in general aside from ads. So that's something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs are not taking advantage. And for organic, getting people like micro influencers or inana like so murag natay na ay murag hesitations especially here in Cebu and Visayas and Mindanao nga, to get people
Mm.
to sell your products because it's not working for them. But in theory actually when these people nga kana murag they have a small number of following. It's not as big as kanang 1 million good, 2 millions.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
natay mga like a few thousands, like 10,000 na sila mga followers na. Depending on how much investment you can make on them getting promoting your product, then it can actually probably raise more awareness. And depending and what you can also do is depending on your product, then you try to tap several people, micro influencers, to actually promote your product. It
Mm.
might be scary at first, like how do I make sure that I'm getting ROI from this investment? And
Yes.
yeah, that's very understandable coming from a business perspective. But what I can share is you can use you can track different metrics like how much getting not just go beyond the views, go beyond the reach. What you can do is you can give them sort of a code, for example, and from that code then you can check out later if how many actually tried to inquire coming from using their promo code. Like for example, if you give out let's say you have a sale and then you have codes that let's say to apply to avail that discount. What you can do is you have different codes depending on the people that you're tapping with or influencers or micro influencers. So from there you can actually check how many of them are getting you results that you need. So if none of them, then probably they're not the ideal partners for you in
Influencer.
promoting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not promoting your business. Okay, the thing man good with tapping people to promote your products nga who have their own followers, then not of them have the same kind of followers. So
Yeah.
maybe some of them are more into younger market. So also check out what type of content they are creating. Are they creating the type of content that you'd like your viewers to watch, to see? Is this
Or you want
something?
to be identified with?
Yes, also kana sad. Where also these are, if you're promoting with people, so you can also check out their values or what type of content they're affiliated with. Okay, basin they're creating something that it's not ideal for you, then uh that would sense it doesn't make sense for you to work with them ko ina na nga sense. So siguro kana lang. So in summary, I'd like more entrepreneurs and MSMEs to check out better strategies in creating their ads. And if they failed once in the past, it doesn't mean that it can never work in the future. What you just need is a better strategy to get your results that you want. And second is to tap micro influencers or people nga who can help you promote your products, because we actually like to be affiliated, or we'd like to get recommendations from our friends and or from people we trust rather than from seeing ads. So that's also
Yeah.
something innate with anyone. If someone recommended this particular product to you, um, you're more likely to actually get that rather than seeing the same product from an ad from a competitor. So, because there's the trust nga flow. If you're getting your recommendations from someone you trust, so you know that this product worked for them, it might work for you, but it's not always the case. So there are also other variables that you can check out later on. So that's something also to study.
So that's it, Rome. That's the last
Yo,
question.
lagi wala
Okay.
questions.
Wala na dire. So that ends our Q&A.
Okay.
So do you have any last words other than what you've said?
Okay.
Or okay na to?
Sige, siguro something ano na lang. To summarize atong lesson for today, how to use social media and reaching out to your audience. It is important to not just do anything if you want to do something crazy in social media, think about your audience. Is it something that your audience will like? Is it something that your audience will feel nga, hala, this is not brand friendly. This is not you. So if you do something, if you want to rebrand yourself, then you can definitely use social media to do that. But when you do all these crazy things, the crazy ideas that you want to experiment, always go back to the numbers. Check out the comments, feedback from your customers, if you're getting any feedback at all. So if you're, and sometimes if you want, usahay sa siguro, ang wala nato na discuss today is getting viral on social media. And as we've also discussed in our previous lessons, when you go viral, it's either two things, positive or negative. And it's always the extreme positive or extreme negative. And that's the only two case something goes viral. And we don't want to be viral in a very negative way. But sometimes we can tweak that particular moment to turn it into something beneficial for us. And it's always in the moment strategy nga, if there are instances that we can turn a very bad moment into something positive, into something lightful and then helpful for our brand, then we need to pivot. We need to check out what worked for them and what can work for our brand. So kana lang siguro, and don't be afraid to test out new platforms, test out new strategies, and just be ready to explore new ideas and crazy ideas, especially now it's 2021 next year and it's just in a 2 months time. So everything is changing, and it's the best time to go online and to go with social media. Kana lang
So
siguro, miss.
that's it. Thank
Yes.
you very much, Rome, and thank you very much to our participants for being in this webinar. And of course, thank you again to our speaker for graciously sharing to us his knowledge on digital marketing. We'll see you all in our next session on November 26th, Thursday. So that's next Thursday, Rome. And to our participants, please come back next Thursday. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause to our resource speaker, marketing expert, consultant, founder, and CEO of Bisaya Digital, Rome Nicolas Bonsocan. And that wraps up our fifth session in our webinar series on digital marketing strategies for MSMEs. Special thanks to DTI Region 7 for organizing this online course and for taking the time and effort to invite the best resource speaker to share his knowledge and wisdom on digital marketing. If you enjoyed this afternoon session, we still have more webinars coming your way. Please take note of the dates of our upcoming webinars. November 26th, Facebook and Instagram marketing tips for MSMEs. December 3, Facebook ads for beginners to promote your products online. December 4, new digital marketing strategies to explore beyond 2020. All of our upcoming webinars are geared towards MSMEs to help their business thrive in the better normal. So come join us in the sixth session of Digital Marketing Strategies for MSMEs next Thursday, November 26th, to make sure your business will flourish in the digital space. Again, thank you for joining DTI Region 7's fifth session entitled Social Media Marketing, using social media to connect with your customers. For updates and more relevant webinars, like us on Facebook at DTI Region 7 Central Visayas. To rewatch our webinars, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, DTI 7 Digital. I'm Georgie Villamor, saying that with perseverance and grit, your business will thrive in the digital space. Keep learning. Goodbye and stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.